Hey there, soul shines. My name is Michelle, and it's Creative Expressions Day. And if you can't tell, I don't have a lot of a voice. This came out really weird. A lot of Anyway, I have more of a voice than I did yesterday. I usually record these on Thursdays, but I did not record it yesterday. The reality is I actually feel pretty good. Just like all this stuff in my throat, and it started causing coughing. Now today my ear itches as well, so this is really fun. So yeah, finished objects. I am so pleased to say I am finished with the commission socks. I'm going to put a picture up here because they're already gone. The finished Minecraft socks. The socks that I started in the summer and was just kind of working on as much as I could force myself to work on them because they were so hard. They were so hard because the sock itself has a black toe and a black heel, a couple black stripes in the cuff, but it's solid green. It's like there's no change, there's no variety. It's just work on green, work on green, work on green. So it took me a lot. And then I had to do the little picture on it. I hope they fit him. I hope that all of the kids love them. I'm so happy to have that done. And you know, truth be told, when you work on commission socks or you work on any commission project, you sell your yarn things. Really, truly, I don't know of anybody who actually makes enough money off of them. You don't really get paid for what you do. Like, you don't get paid enough for all the hours you put into a project to cover the supplies or whatever. I mean, in this case, the supplies were bought for me, so it was just my labor. But like, it's like maybe I made $1 an hour on each, sock, and that's kind of sad when you think about it. So, but I know that's the case. It's like dishcloths are being sold for like $5, and half of that is the yarn. So you're getting paid like $2 to make it. It's a little frustrating, and it doesn't matter what it is. People don't understand like the amount of work that goes into it. Like, this is somebody, like I feel a little frustrated about it. Not just for me, but for just in general, the making community. I don't feel like gets paid enough for what they do. It takes time to do all of that work. So, but it's done. I enjoyed making the little tiny socks, which is why I agreed to it. I did not enjoy making the socks for the 9-year-old. It's a bigger foot, bigger sock. Yeah. But it's done, it's done, yay! And my other finished object. So, if you didn't know, I've been making these little stockings. There's a tutorial for it that I will put up in the iCards. I made 2 that are worsted weight that I showed you. One of them was the demonstration one. And I sent those to my aunt. And then I made another one of these that I gave to my neighbor, just because I was hoping to make more to give to people, but I just didn't. So I have 5 of them done, and they have a $5 bill rolled up. And that's part of where the idea for these came from. Was I was like, if I give my kids money, I want something cute for it to be, and like I don't want to just hand them money or whatever. So I came up with the pattern. I was like, oh my gosh, that would be so cute. I thought, what a cute idea this would be to hang on the tree. It adds ornaments to our tree, but it also gives me a way to give my kids money in a fun way. 5 kids live at home, so I made 5. I'm not giving them to my oldest and his wife and my grandkids. They're just getting other stuff. So, and those are my finished objects. That is all I have done since the last Creative Expressions. Sorry, the dog's on the bed, so if the camera moves, it's probably him. I've done a lot of resting my arm. I did make for my other tutorial, I've got the tutorial for this. I'll also link that up here. So I did these these are crocheted, these are knit. Did those. So that's also a finished object. So works in progress. Currently at the moment, I have nothing on my hook. Well, I have things that are on hold that are coming back soon. But I have nothing on my hook and nothing actually on needles. Like, it's kind of weird actually. But it was because my focus was getting these Christmas things done and those socks done. So I have, the next thing is to cast on my son's socks. It's the last pair of socks that are on my list of have to makes. I had started some alpaca socks for me, and I got the toes and partly, and I think I'm going to turn them into mittens. I know, because I helped my son buy me my Christmas, that he's giving me what I've labeled an unconstructed hat, which basically means he gave me yarn. He's giving me yarn that I'm going to make myself a hat, so it's an unconstructed hat. Thought that was clever and cute of me. Oh, one of the things that is happening, the book's out in the other room. I wrote a book a few years back, and I've recorded, before I lost my voice, most of the book, so hopefully it sounds okay. Well, I recorded the book, but I need to edit it and make sure it actually sounds good. And I'm going to put the pictures up, and I'm going to make a video that I'll post here of the story. It's a Christmas story. It is very Christ-based. It's got Santa Claus in it, but it's got a lot of Christ in it as well. So it's a Christmas story that I will put up here eventually. I don't know if it'll be the end of today or if it'll be tomorrow, or maybe it'll come out on Christmas Day. I don't know. I am going to try and get it ready as soon as I can, because I wanted to get it up sooner, and then it's been crazy and hectic. I ended up babysitting my grandkids, which wasn't expected. Totally fun. They had a flat tire on their car, and so what was supposed to be like a couple of hours with my grandkids turned into like 5 hours with my grandkids. And they were all stressed. Everybody was stressed. The kids weren't really super stressed, but the rest of us were. So there's that. I'm going to be pulling projects out. I have some ideas of what's coming up for the channel. And I need to pull out, I was working on a sweater. It was a purple sweater for me. I was working on that. It was a crochet pattern, and I need to pull that out and get working on it again. And I bought enough yarn to knit myself a sweater, because I've never knitted myself a sweater before, so I want to do that. So the socks for my son, pulling out some of these projects that got put on hold is my plan for the next little while. Let me drink some water so that will help. And so for other things, I have a goal for sewing. I have not sewed on things for a long time. Since starting this channel, I think I've sewed 1 or 2 projects, and it's not that I plan on giving you sewing tutorials. Who knows, maybe a sewing tutorial will show up, but it is something that I need to do. I need clothes in my wardrobe, and so I joined a course that will teach me some fitting techniques, and it's just hopefully will help me keep on track. I literally have 2 pairs of jeans and then some leggings, and honestly, I know this will shock some people. I don't like wearing leggings. I just really don't. I don't like having them so tight on my legs. They're okay once in a while, especially if it's the look I'm going for, but I don't like wearing leggings. So I do want to sew some pants, and I want to make some blouses, and I want to make a dress. And the problem with dresses and why I have to make it is because I basically have a pear-shaped body, and I've always had this problem where if I got a dress that fit around my hips, even when I was like super skinny, it wouldn't fit around my top, because my top was always smaller, and so it was always a problem. I'm going to be, so I want to actually make something so that I can make it so it fits the top and has room for the bottom. That's what I was trying to say. I got sidetracked between coughing, thank goodness for editing, and between this random thought about how I'm going to pick something up with my voice and to wear a mask. Probably have to wear a mask. How am I going to do it? Because I don't think I could talk to the people. Do I have to take my daughter now? Like I got this like whole random thought thing that just took over my brain. So works in progress, none. Plans, lots. And some of them are sewing plans. And so I'm excited for that. So some of my creative expressions, you'll get to see things that I've sewed. That will be fun. This is coming out the day after Christmas, which is my dad's birthday. I don't talk to my dad, but I hope that he has a happy birthday, Merry Christmas kind of thing. Most of why I don't talk to my dad is on his side, so I don't know what to do about that. And it's Boxing Day. This is coming out on Boxing Day. Boxing Day is such a fascinating thing. My understanding of what Boxing Day was really about was that because the servants had to work so hard on Christmas to provide the Christmas feast and all the stuff, that what they would do is make box lunches. That is what the day after Christmas, the upper class or whatever, they would have box lunches while the servants got the day off. That is my understanding of where it actually comes from and what it's actually about. I know that in some parts of the world, especially my former husband spent a couple of years in South Africa, and I've heard this about Australia as well. It seems to be Boxing Day is the day where people watch boxing matches. And then in the decluttering community, Boxing Day is a day where people box up the things. Like, they're like, oh, we got all this Christmas stuff, and let's box up all the things that we don't want anymore. It's like kind of a new stuff came in, let's get rid of the old stuff. So it's a box things up and take them away kind of idea. So that's interesting to think about. But anyway, this is coming out on Boxing Day. Please don't box me. Please don't put me in a box, please. Yeah. I'm probably not going to eat a box lunch, although that would be kind of fun. It's just a day, right? It's the day after Christmas. It's the day, one of the days, like, you don't want to be in the stores if you hate crowds. You don't want to be in the stores right after Thanksgiving and pretty much any of December. It's like so crazy. But the worst are those days where like everybody goes out. And the other day that's like that is the day after Christmas. And that's because it's like, oh, we got all this stuff that doesn't fit. Let's just take it and exchange it. So it's kind of crazy. As a person who hates being out in crowds, I know these things. I know what days to avoid the stores. Anyway, the other thing that I wanted to talk about as we're going into the new year, because this will be probably the last video I put out before the new year. Oh, hey, last thought. If I got the video up in time for this, before this came out, I'll add the iCard and put it up in the iCards, so that you can watch the book. Like if the book video came out, I will put it up in the iCards. That's because this isn't coming out until Monday, and hopefully I have the video up Friday or Saturday. There we go. So it will probably be in the iCards. Hopefully. With the new year approaching, there's a lot of energy going on around the idea of life visions and setting goals. And I know that people used winter solstice as kind of this thing, and I started mine in November as I was getting ready for my birthday. The energy always stirs up in November for me to change. It's like that's my transition month, because my birthday is December 1st, so it always happens. Like, I don't plan for it. It just shows up, and I'm like, oh, and I've just realized what it's about. You may notice a week or two or a month before your birthday that you start to feel kind of shifts in the air too. That would be interesting to note. So I started my visioning, my planning a while back, and I came up for the word for my birthday year, which I've already shared with you guys. And that word is inclusion. And I love that word. I love what that means for me. That's my antidote to loneliness, because the kind of lonely that I feel is a lonely that comes from being excluded or people not wanting to be included with what I do. So that's my antidote word. My word for 2023 is, give me a sec. I have a word, it's just not in my mind right now. The word doesn't kick in until the new year. Oh yeah, illuminate. Illuminate. I just love that word. I love that it's like to shine a light on things too. I feel like it's also a part of like letting yourself shine out. So my word for 2023 is illuminate. And then I came up with a life word, because it's just this thing that when I was doing some kind of visioning work about what I wanted my wardrobe to be, I realized that I really want everything I wear to help me feel alive. I want to put clothes on that I just kind of feel more alive and things like that. And I realized that's like a really important word for me. And as I was doing some visioning about my health, I realized that was what I wanted to feel. I want to feel alive in my body. Why do I want to let go of some weight? It's because when I have less weight, I feel more alive in my body. I want to look alive and feel alive and be alive. And so that's my word. And I realized that that's just kind of my life word. That's the thing. Like when I have conversations that are expansive and just like and fill me up, I feel alive. When I'm reading books or watching videos or listening to things that kind of give me new insight into things, it makes me feel alive. And that is the one thing that I want to, like, I just want to experience life and feel alive. So that's my, like, life word. Just like there's a word of a year, this is the word for my life, alive. It's the thing that I want to feel. It's what I want to experience in every moment of every day. Like, and it's the thing that I like. I love the spring watching plants. I just noticed my plants over there. And I love these plants because it's just so fun to like watch a new leaf come out. They are, oh, what are they called? I can't remember the name of the plants, but if you cut off a sprout then and you put it in water, it starts to grow roots and it just like new life comes out. And my favorite thing about spring is watching, like if you plant a seed, like watching it sprout up. And then it gets bigger and bigger, and then it gets its first little bud. And I just like that life, watching that new life is just so exciting for me. And it always has been. So I just love the word alive. I love when I do my healing work, my favorite thing to do is watch the light come into somebody's face. And it's because they've let go of something so heavy and embraced this part of them that was covered up. And it's like they're more alive. And that's what I love. So anyway, and that's also why I said let your soul shine bright, because that's such an alive part of you, and the more you can shine that light, the more alive you are. That's what it's really about. Anyway, this is the end of my rambling video. I am hoping that in the next creative expression I will have more finished objects. Not sure if I will or if I'll just be well into whips. So we'll see how that goes. And I might have a sewing project done or a sewing project in progress. I don't know. So next year will probably be a mix of sewing, knitting, and crochet showing up on the channel in one way or another. But remember to let your light shine through your creations, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!